Hey everyone, it's Victoria, and today I'd like to talk about how people that are vegan or into animal rights have a statement that they make that kind of doesn't resonate with me. They are not happy with humans. Okay, that's okay. But to hate the whole human race and to be embarrassed of it, I don't see the point of that. First of all, it's a creature. Humans are creatures too. And there's in every creature group, there's going to be an asshole. There's going to be somebody that just doesn't get it, that's not enlightened, that's harmful, that's sick-brained. You know, there's always going to be something of another group that's messed up. Now, I ask you this: if the roles were reversed, if this is thought-provoking. I mean, hear me out here. If sharks or animals were to speak, would they treat humans nicely? Who knows? Maybe we're meant to not understand another species. Maybe that's why they contain them or they eat them. I don't know the reasons. I'm just saying. I'm saying there's no such thing as a true vegan. There's just none that I know of, because if as soon as you go outside you're stepping on a few bugs, boom, not vegan. I've said this in other videos, but I've erased some videos because of the comments that I was getting, but I can tell you right now, this is how I feel. If you go to Whole Foods, they sell meat. You're buying vegan stuff, you're buying produce, doesn't matter. You're still supporting a place, an establishment that sells meat. You're also, if you're in a vegan place and the guy working there is buying meat, then you're kind of contributing to it too. It's kind of like a trickle-down thing. Now, humans are built with self-defense mechanism. They don't want to die. I think every creature in the world has an instinct to live. Now, if a human were faced with death and the only thing to do was to eat an animal, like Louis Zamperini, when I read about this man, he was lost at sea for over 2 months. He was on a raft that was going to go down. His instinct was to live. That's a great thing, because killing himself would not do any good. Killing an animal or killing himself, either way, it's suicide, it's death, it's a killing, it's a murder. So people that murder themselves are also, in a sense, not really doing, I mean, I understand the point of not hurting another creature, but you're hurting yourself, and how is that different? And to say that the human life is not beautiful, it's not a beautiful mechanism, it's not the most awe-inspiring machine that I've ever seen, that can't be matched by any computer, that says a lot. That's a gift. The human body, the human brain, the human structure is a gift. Now, because some people are harmful with it, I mean, if a shark were to eat a human, would another shark be embarrassed to be a shark? I mean, it just goes without saying that people can get to a consciousness of saying that they're very, 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 very conscious of the way they eat and the way they live, but it's impossible. If you're buying a television set from somebody that eats meat, you contributed to meat. Now, I don't believe in factory farms. I don't believe in them. I think they're disgusting. I said in a million videos that it took me 10 years to even think about being enlightened. I don't know, really, I don't know. I think it's less than 1% of people that were born vegan. So give people time. Give them some hope as why they should become vegan. If you're trying to sell it, if you're trying to sell something, nobody wants to be yelled at. Nobody. Now, I think that it's important to sympathize with people and understand where they're coming from. That is a very big deal to me, because I would have hated if somebody didn't understand where I was coming from. And I actually did hate it, because my husband was actually not sympathetic at one point. And then he finally gave up, because he's like, you can do whatever you want, you know, it's your body, but if I ever see you eating meat, I would be disgusted. Okay, fine. So I didn't eat meat while he was around. Fair enough, right? It's still my choice. Now everybody has a choice to be an activist, not be an activist, but they're both choices, and you have to respect both, okay? So if you want to be respected for being an activist, you have to respect somebody that's not an activist. Not everybody wants to give up their entire life for it. Now, I do respect the ones that are going out there, not just sitting at home making a video, but actually getting banned from countries and really who knows what else, maybe in jail risking his life. I mean, Gary Yourofsky did that. But to say that he hates all humans, he's embarrassed of humans until they do a certain thing, there are groups that do this. There are groups that try to make the perfect person. And yes, I am going to compare it to Hitler right now, because I am a Jew, and I will compare the fact that he, doesn't matter what the reason was, he had his own reasons. He thought it was a great reason to get rid of people that weren't perfect in his eyes. And what was that? It wasn't going to be a Jew. Jews to him were like rats. Okay? Jews to him were parasites. They just didn't belong in the world. To him, this was his opinion. The Taliban feels the same way. So now, if we're doing the same exact thing, how is it different? You know, it really is no different. And people could say that I think that vegans are like Nazis. No, I think they're acting like a group that doesn't accept if they're not like them. They're very angry. They're very embarrassed to be human. They'll put you down if you're not doing exactly what they do. Does it sound any different, really? If you think about it, does it sound any different? Now, I took this video off because a video was made about me saying that I thought vegans were like Nazis. Not so. I'm saying they're part of a group that just doesn't allow enough leeway. It puts you down for wearing leather. It puts you down for not being enlightened at the same exact time they were. It puts you down, and there's no reason to put anybody down. Just enlighten them. Just be an example. Do what you're doing. Say why. Make a video of why you don't believe in eating meat. Make a video of why you don't think it's good to, have slaughterhouses around. That's what I'm doing. I'm making people aware of it. Being aware and being conscious is the only thing that's really going to change people's perspective. Now, scare them into it, shock them, whatever, but be angry and yell? Be angry and yell? That experiment doesn't work. We've tried it. It backfires. We try it on children. It doesn't work. It only works for maybe 1 or 2 times. It doesn't work after that. After a while, they don't even hear the yelling. Like I said, nobody wants to be yelled at. And you really, really have to understand the fact that not everyone's coming from a place of enlightenment. They're going to be addicted to something. And until you get and address those people in a way that's effective, then I really don't see a point of getting angry. I don't see that point. I don't see how that's going to be effective. I just don't. So, I mean, humor me. Like, try it another way. If you're an angry vegan. I used to be very angry. I used to be an activist too. Didn't really get me far. It actually put people in a very bad position, and they just didn't like being around me. That was it. And they never changed. And I was pretty convincing, and they never changed. So, I mean, now that I get to them in different ways, I think that they are changing for the better. It's not because I yelled at them, and it's not because I put them down. It's because I told them why I thought it was really a good idea. And I think it's great that more and more people are doing it. Don't expect the world to change overnight, but because it's unrealistic and you're just going to get angry. But just expect to have it take, some people could be overnight, but sometimes it could take years to get to somebody, or sometimes it may never happen, or sometimes it may be twice a week that someone gives up meat. So that is great. But to be angry with them and to hate the whole human race and be embarrassed of humans. My husband has said it too a couple of times. Oh, the human race is atrocious. It's not the human race. From the beginning of time, before people ate meat, in the Garden of Eden, if you believe it, they were killing each other. They were killing their brothers. If the Germans weren't killing Jews, they'd kill each other eventually. So, I mean, they've had it in so many different types of scenarios, like Lord of the Flies. I mean, everybody wants to be boss, And if push came to shove and you were there with a lion, it would be an alpha thing, and they would attack. I'm not saying that we have to attack animals. I'm not saying that we have to eat animals or wear animals. I'm not saying that at all. I don't believe we need to do that. But if we had to and we were in self-defense mode, we'd either kill someone else or we'd kill, if they were a threat, or we'd kill an animal. So there goes the whole vegan message, the whole vegan concept. There's no such thing. Plant-based eater. Eat plants. The end. Eat plants. The end. Enough. That really just really kind of eliminates the whole meat eating thing, right? The more plants you eat, the less meat you're eating. Get them turned off, fine. I got turned off from dairy because I heard it was pus from a cow. That grossed me out. Gross somebody out. Don't yell at them. It doesn't work. All right. So if this is going to stir up any type of animosity, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to do that. I'm stating that right now to you. So if you want to leave a nasty comment, I'm gonna take it off because it's not going to make sense to me. I'm not going to waste my time. So yeah, I mean, just admit it, angry vegans. Just admit it that there are people that are angry and yelling at people and hating. No different. No different. If you're a vegan, then speak up for the humans also, and just really become more loving. There's always going to be a species that has a sicko. And I just don't, I like all creatures, I just dislike the ones that are harmful intentionally. Now, you know, try to make your point so people could evolve. Okay, that's it for this video. Take care, everyone. Bye.